Hey guys, it's Pat. We're back here with our second part of the Xeno Nest. We last episode talked about a lot of the stuff regarding what came out with Xenoverse 3. So if you guys haven't seen that episode, I highly recommend you go check it out because most of the info we're talking about today partially also can be found in that episode as well, because we talk about a little bit. But this is an episode dedicated strictly to the gameplay that we're about to show up on screen right here. We're going to talk strictly about that. But before we start, is there anything we want to get off? Anything we want to mention here before we start? Like with this Fortnite-looking loading screen?
Okay, well, first of all, never introduced me. It's me, Jack. I'm here. I'm here as well. I'm your co-host of the Xeno Nest podcast. We're on officially episode 2, but it's episode 4. Go watch all of the streams or videos. They're great. Excellent stuff. Yeah, I mean, off rip, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room. No ki and no stamina on that little bar at the bottom right there. You see that on the got HP, ki blast attack, strike defense, ki blast defense, but no ki and no stamina, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, just keep that in mind while we're watching this video. Anything you want to point out?
Well, no, except for the fact that we can obviously see here that Jane is an Earthling, and John, who's to the right of her, is definitely a Saiyan. If you guys hadn't seen the previous episode, then we basically know at least 4 of the races. I mean, definitely 5, because they show off the Namekians, so they're absolutely included. But Earthlings, Saiyans, Frieza race, Majin, and as far as we're concerned, Namekians are all but confirmed in the game as playable races that we can play as. So in the gameplay here, they strictly show off Jane here as the Earthling, and they show off the Soul Assist mechanic or Soul Change. I already keep mixing up the name, but let's go ahead and get started.
Is the duo attack? Yeah, I'm gonna put it. I like the colors already. But, yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk. We'll probably end up pausing between most of these clips that are being shown. Well, they're not clips. It's all one big thing. Courtesy of Globku for this. I watched his action, but just his gameplay I saw on Twitter earlier, and right off the bat, so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I actually just realized it just now, but we talked about it in the last one. We were going over the interview. Watch that podcast. Shameless plug. Xenoness Part 1. We were talking about with his name Hirono is his name, right? Am I crazy? You're not answering me. Is his name Hirono? Producer Hirono?
No. I'm. What was it?
Is his name? Hirano is his name, isn't it?
Oh yeah, producer Hirano. Yes. I thought you were talking about the robot. I'm sorry, I wasn't logged in.
No, we were talking about the implications of what story this is following, and they were talking about is GT and Dama going to be included in this story, and he was like, "Oh, we can't say for now, but stay tuned." I think this is probably taking off of Super, off of just the fact that Gamma 1 is here. That's my takeaway from this. Is that 1000%. This is not specifically canon, but the Super is canon that we know, the story that we know of Dragon Ball Super is probably going to be the main focus, like the timeline that they're using. Most likely will be like a parallel timeline, but it's probably Super.
We're probably just going to get elements from all 3 of the series, most likely. It's tough to say, but definitely just going to be taking elements, bits and pieces there just to make this story work is what we can infer from what Hirano said throughout all of the questions that he gave.
I wanted to pause on.
Yeah, no, we can.
Yeah, it said Vegeta Saiyan arc, which I know we talked about in the last podcast as well. How one of the interview questions was brought up was, are these the only versions of the characters that we're going to get? And no, we're probably going to get more. Like, we're going to get Vegeta Saiyan arc, Vegeta Namek arc, Vegeta Buu arc, Cell Saga,
Vegeta Midge, Vegeta End.
Yes, we're gonna get all of those. Yeah, he does his little pose. Yeah, this is if you couldn't tell already, the main hub that you're gonna be in. We have our room, our apartment complex. It'd be awesome to see that if you have friends in the game, that they would be the rooms next to you. I think that would be really cool. But I mean, it's all but confirmed that we're gonna get customizable rooms.
It's quite a big apartment. Imagine you have to like fly up all those stairs.
You see how. Okay, back to what I was talking about earlier about the maybe not even time thing, but it looked. Hold on. Just gonna. We're trying to find the portal. Well, whatever. They saw it.
It was right behind there, but yeah. Exactly.
It has like the digital logo on it, where it was like not really time related, but. And look at this awesome intro animations for the characters. So cool.
I would just like to point out, I saw this and I heard of this when I was looking, and I got such big Monster Hunter vibes. I don't know why.
Oh no, yeah, you told me that, and I agree actually. Just off of the basis how we're gonna see the Broly fight later, but just like how it plays, it seems like, yeah, I mean you could just see all these people they're just joining in, and they're fighting together. I love that they kept the Majin run from the previous games. I think that's funny. And yeah, that's Super God Fist. That wasn't the break animation that we were talking about in the previous podcast. That is just the Super Tech. You were right. That is just Super Tech.
Yeah,
Super God Fist.
It was Super
I
Tech
thought it was
in
the animation
game.
that played.
Definitely
Yeah,
just the Super Attack in this game as well.
I thought it was the animation that played when they break stamina, but it was not. Which we can actually see if you look on the right of the characters, that white bar next to Nibbana there, that is his stamina bar. Once it reaches red, it'll scream break, play a funny noise.
Broken is what it's called.
Key broken. Yep, key broken. We saw it in the V-Jump. We can put it on screen. We're just kind of breezing through. But yeah, I mean, like we talked about in the previous podcast, this one also seems to be like, there's a lot of enemies that we're going to have to fight, which I think is nice.
Yeah.
Gives most characters something to do instead of just be like, okay, well, one person's comboing the guy and then he moves him because of the combo. Like, we're not going to get in each other's way as much because there's more going on, and it's not just chasing one guy across a map. For
right here is coming to my favorite part of this whole video section, where Jade does the ultimate. And...
yeah, this is everybody's favorite part. And yeah, they updated the animation for Super Kamehameha as well.
Oh my god, that's so satisfying.
Oh yeah, no, it is. And I actually want to play it again one more time so that they could see that it does that little capture screen where you like target more people, and then it kind of like sucks them in too, which is really cool.
I think the screen right before, you can go back, the screen right before she fires it off, that's like your reticle right before, so you can see like what's in your line of fire before you fire it.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the screen I was referring to. It's like a little camera, and it's like you get to aim it and target the characters. Like you can see all the arrows in the distance. Well, it's a fist logo, and then it has like the area where they are. But we can see that. And if you were paying attention, guys, the Super Kamehameha, you look on the bottom left with Trunks' his logo right above it, a triangle is Super Tech. Not the Super Tech, Ultimate. And actually, let's do that real quick. Can you explain the screen that we're looking at right now, just so that we get the HUD out the way? So
right side is Super Attack. So I believe she has Super God Fist and some other stuff. I do not know what that.
Super God Fist.
I do not know what that button is at the bottom. At the bottom, that's the charge. Okay.
Yeah.
Right side is some kind of beam, and I'm not sure what the one on the left is because that's the same icon as the one up top.
Well, Super God Fist is the top skill. Kaioken Assault is the left skill, and the right skill is Kamehameha.
This is just early beta gameplay because all the icons are the same here for like Ki Blast and Strike attacks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's going to be the same in the final game.
They might change
not. Because a lot of these seem to be like homogenized for like strike and key based supers for the sake of simplicity. But we can even see on the left side, by the way, right next to on the opposite side of Trunks there, is that a second ultimate, or what is that with the square button?
I don't remember, actually, if I'm being honest. We know that the
Jane does not use that button. And that is a button they don't use. That is either an evasive or something else, possibly actually second ultimate. Because I saw people saying there's only one ultimate, but I never see that button used at all. We just saw Jane use the triangle button. That was Super Kamehameha. We never see her use the square button.
Yeah, left trigger goes to your ultimate, the transformation gauge, or if you're using the soul change like Jane is right now, it'll be that character. And then it has like a gauge, which I think is cool that it has to fill up over time, but I also kind of hope that we get like modes where we can transform off rip, because I think that'd be cool.
I would like to point out, by the way, something I saw some people concerned about, which, we haven't seen normal awakenings yet, we've only seen the soul change. People are concerned that transformations are going to be time limited, like the soul change. Like, we're only going to be transformed for like 41 seconds. Do you think that's going to be the case, or do you think we're going to be like permanently transformed?
Well, I'm going to bring it up. We'll go more in depth to it when he actually does the soul change. But for me, it's a balancing thing. The soul change, you see her health is at 48,000 right now. It gets down to 16,000 before she transforms, and then it jumps to 80,000, which is a massive increase. So, depending on, and this is specifically just for Super Saiyans that I bring this up, that we have 3 different Super Saiyan transformations. We have Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3, and if they do gods, which they will, they're going to do gods, God Super Saiyan, and then we'll see the solstice right there. That's what it is. Solstice is the little button. You see the little icon?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that is.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And
okay.
yeah,
So that was
yeah,
soul.
you saw it,
Okay,
you saw
so never mind. So there is only one ultimate attack. Okay, interesting.
And you can see on the bottom right that they have the moves, and I'll actually pause here so I can talk about it. But for me, I think Awakenings might get a time limit, but only because they increase health. If they don't increase health and they just increase stats, I don't see a problem of why they would need to put a time limit. But I understand why they put a time limit for soul change, because it's a comeback mechanic that basically doubles your health. Like in a PvP, like that's crazy. In a PvP setting.
That's definitely one way to incentivize people to use soul change, because that is definitely very like, oh, here's your full HP bar back essentially. With like
it
a whole
looks
new
like
character.
her max. It looks like her max health is 60,000, which it slowly recovers over time, which also amazing. Yeah, 60,973 is her max health. Her health goes to 80,000, so it's 20,000 more than what she normally has.
I'm curious if this regeneration and the soul assist are balanced around PvP and PvE, particularly. That is one other thing I'm very curious to know, and we'll eventually one day get a PvP match, hopefully. They announced they're doing like a world tour where there will be a demo, so maybe you'll get more info by the time that comes out. We'll see. Tough to say. I'm gonna onto this Broly fight.
Yeah, go ahead.
Once again, very big Monster Hunter vibes of us having to like hide behind pillars and stuff to avoid taking crazy damage from Broly. And I'll take this moment to talk about the HUD, because a lot of people are not too big on the HUD. I think the HUD's fine.
I think off of the right side, like we're not gonna have that on the screen at all times. I think that's just because of the demo.
Well, yeah,
like
no,
the light attack, heavy attack,
definitely.
all that.
I'm not even taking that into account, if I'm being honest. I'm completely ignoring that. But the right side of the screen, if anything, I guess is like the only part that's kind of empty. But for the most part, I think it's fine. I will say, I did like in Xenoverse 2 and the other games where we had the profiles of the characters on like the very top right of who we're fighting. I thought that was always a really funny, not even
you saw
funny,
there
just
she
cool
used the
detail.
charge on the bottom right there. It looks like there's a cooldown on the actual charge itself, which is interesting to note.
Well, I wonder what charge even does for our character. Like, does it lower our cooldowns? It might.
I can see what she does it for. She comes back here. Let me see.
Because she doesn't use any moves right before it, so it's kind of hard to tell, like what it does.
No, she was at full HP as well, and her stamina was...
Also, I'd just like to point out, it's hard for me to tell, but can she not just immediately soul change back into Trunks?
Yeah, she can right now.
Yep, she can right now. Okay, interesting. Okay, so you can soul change multiple times in a match. Interesting.
Well, she hasn't soul changed yet. This is her first time doing it.
Ah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, and then you get the 41 seconds. You have the blue aura, the halo, and everything. And real quick, I actually do want to talk about... oh no, we did. We talked about that. That Broly has his own thing. He has a stamina bar as well. You can break it. Oh, and okay, yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna go back real quick. Look at her. Her health is at 60,000. It jumps to 79,000. So it's a 20k HP difference, and we already know it also changes your stats because of what they said in the V-Jump scan. Like it changes everything about your character. Changes your moves, how you fight, your health as well goes up. And the level is still the same. She's still level 40, but you can see that she's doing it more damage, has more health, new moves,
yeah,
all
like
that.
Broly takes crazy amounts of damage here.
Yeah, so I'm interested in what the balance is going to be like for these kind of mechanics, and if it's going to carry over to Awakenings as well, or if they're just going to lock the HP difference just to soul change to keep it kind of like incentivized. Oh, you can use this mechanic because it'll give you some health back.
I am hoping,
and it is temporary HP, which we see.
I am hoping they allow us to stay permanently transformed, because not that I Well, no, I guess I will say I wasn't a big fan of it in Xenoverse 1, but I will say it was very fun to just spam ultimates over and over again at the time because that was
Yeah.
very fun. Nowadays,
Yeah.
I'd rather just stay transformed, keep it exactly how it is in Xenoverse 2. If I'm being honest, I would take.
No, I agree.
I would not be peeved if they just copied and pasted it from Xenoverse 2. There's nothing wrong with the way they did it there. Again, maybe make every transformation do something uniquely different, which luckily Hirano-san agrees with me that they should be different. Also, Broly's comboing the crap out of Jane right here.
Yes. And it also looks like, no, you can soul change more than once, because if you look at the bottom left, her meter is still filling up. It looks like it's going up anyway.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's signified by like a blue flash around Trunks.
The orange is from what I can see at least going slower than before, but it is going up. And we got a little finish animation. Okay, that was it.
It's John!
I love this still. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Cutter I didn't know you had that kind of power. Alright, well, I had something I want to talk about, and I forgot what it was, but it was towards this fight. Let me go back down.
While you're doing that, I'll pull up some information of my own.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up the VGEM actually, because I do want to talk about that a little bit. So we could discuss the things we saw. Most of the mechanics we did see. I will say. But yeah, look at that zesty Brett pose. Alright, anyway. But yeah, there was a lot going on, and they did most of the things that they were going to do. I do kind of miss the profiles as well, but I think it takes away from how sleek the HUD looks, in my opinion. I like that it's... Because this game seems to be, like, especially with how big the maps are, like a heavy emphasis on... I want to say just even... Like, because there's more enemies also. Like, in that last bit with the Super Kamehameha, that was like 20 people. I feel like you kind of need that much space just to see, you know?
Well, yeah, definitely in a game where Broly's doing a move that covers the entire screen. I would say this amount of space is reasonable. I feel like a lot of people who are complaining or like, wait, this isn't Xenoverse at all. This looks more like Battle of Z. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's clear that it's going to take a lot of time adjusting to, because a lot of people are coming from this from a 10 years worth of Xenoverse 2. And it's going to be a very drastic change, I might add. Because, I mean, there's definitely... I mean, like, bars... it's much more simplified, if anything. You're not keeping track of stamina bars or key bars. You're just keeping track of one bar the enemy has, and then your ultimates and whatnot.
I mean, that's what I was just... Oh, and I remember what I was trying to say, but that's what I was talking about in the last podcast, where this game seems to be more... There's a lot of quality of life where these missions aren't as crazy as they like. I don't even think they used an item in this demo.
No, they did not.
When I played Xenoverse 2, it was always, oh my god, I gotta watch my stamina, I gotta hide to charge my key, I gotta make sure I have the right items on so I survive some of these events, because if I'm under level, all this and that. And they were talking about it when they were talking about doing the demo, was that this Broly was pretty difficult for them. It wasn't in this take, but they had other takes where they had done it and it was difficult. Because, I mean, for reference, Broly had 200,000 HP. Jane has 60,000. So that's already a massive difference. I mean, we're looking at almost 3 times, no, more than 3 times her health. So it's just like, these events are going to get hard. And like we got confirmation from Hirano-san in the interview, some of these story missions are going to have, what do you call it, cruel modes or something? Where the difficulty is just like really high? Something
like that. Like there's going to be tailored endgames for the hardcore players, is what we know.
Yeah. And that's why I think that including mechanics like getting everybody the ability to charge and having a no stamina system, just a flat 1 bar to keep track of that also like regenerates over time, and the fact that you can fly around without having to waste stamina, like that's such a good quality of life thing that they show off later in the video when they're fighting Broly. But real quick, I'm pausing the scene. Sorry to cut you off, just to show off from the V-jump scan the guard break mechanic. Oh, hold on, go back.
The key break, yeah.
Yeah, well, not even the key break, but you see that they talk about guard penetration in the V-jump.
Actually, you could go to where she key breaks Broly, if anything, because Broly is stunned for a few seconds. Go up a few seconds to the Broly fight at the very end.
I just want to show that the bar fills up more when they're blocking. Like, see right there? He was blocking, and then it broke. The bar went red, he got stunned, and then it led to it. Like, he was still stunned there. I just want to show that off. That was in the V-Jump. We can go to Broly now. He also has a bar on the right. Yeah. That's his key. He's got 4 bars of key, 3 bars of key, 2 bars of key. It's getting depleted the more he hits him. He's almost at 1. He's fighting back. She's at 4. It's going up. Yeah, at 0.
It is very, very Kakarot themed with the way, because in Kakarot, the stamina system also depletes the more you punch them, and it also regenerates if you leave them alone. So it's very similar to Kakarot.
I mean, his went up to 1 when he was just standing there, and now he's blocking, but it goes down. There you go. We got the break there. It went to 0. He got stunned. Yep.
And now here comes Jane. She's gonna do cinematic burning attack.
He's
and now Broly is back to 4.
I think it's 5, but it says 4.
Trunks.
I think it's
Trunks
4 and
here
then
has
1.
5. Trunks here has 5 key bars. As Jane. I believe, as a matter of fact, I believe Glopku did mention that, like, it seems like most of the characters only have 4 key bars, but if you transform, you get 5.
And I really wish that would have hit so we could have seen how much damage it does. But the fact that we only have 2 charges on that move makes me think that that is like an important mechanic, that it does something. And yes, we're back to this. I think this is exciting, and I talked about in the last podcast, of how these moves force you to use the terrain. Like, and again, this leads to my point where I was saying, like, I think the HUD needs to be as kind of slim and minimalistic as possible, so you can see that this is happening, that he's somewhere on the map. Like, look at that. Like, now I can see that my teammate needs help. I'm gonna go help him out. Maybe I can look around, see where the next, like, boom, he shows up, grabs him, immediately cooks him.
Also, look at the damage Broly does here off this one grab. He takes like
that was.
Well, how much
that was
damage
one hit, and it did 30k. It did almost 30k.
Yeah, look at that. Jesus.
Which is half your health.
Yeah, no, I can totally see these raids being crazy.
They're gonna get crazy. They said that this took them a couple tries to beat when they actually ranked up the thing. But yeah, he got the. I actually wanted to show that. He got the key break, stunned him, led to massive damage, and he finished off with the John 1000. He landed that final bit. But I think that's it for this section. We can go on to what you were gonna say. Actually, we do want to pull up the B-Jump, so I'm gonna leave it right here. I'm actually gonna leave it, let it play some more in the background.
Yeah, you can just let it play in the background. No biggie, just keep replaying it. But no, I just got a couple of tweets pulled up here. They're mostly restating what's going on in the gameplay. So I might put them up on screen. Shout out to Vinix. I hope I'm pronouncing their name right, but yeah, shout out to them. In this title, some quests are completion-style quests where you clear each stage within the map while achieving objectives for said quest. At the start of the quest name and the objectives are displayed. The stages are seamlessly connected, and movement using flight is extremely smooth. The great pacing, which lets you defeat enemies that appear one after another, and keep advancing through the stages, feels a little different than the previous game, and really makes you feel like you are venturing within Dragon Ball. Depending on the technique, it's also possible to attack multiple enemies at the same time. In this demo, the ultimate falls into that category with the exhilarating feeling of blasting away multiple enemies at once.
Just talking about what we saw in the trailer. I mean, or I could skip forward to it, but it was just stuff we already saw.
It's fine. You can just
we're gonna
get that big a deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just gonna, basically what that just means is, the missions are gonna play like we saw in the gameplay, where you're gonna get your list. It's just a classic Xenoverse mission, nothing too much to go too much into detail, but yeah. So I assume that there's gonna be side missions too, like we might run into a character here and then.
I wonder if we're gonna run into because in Xenoverse 2 we ran into other time patrollers and we beat them up for the Dragon Balls. I wonder if they're gonna do that here as well.
That's what I'm assuming.
We find other Seiya Force members and we beat them up.
We take their abilities and stuff.
Take their balls.
Yeah, we take their balls and we get their most fashionable clothing or whatever that line was called.
Steal their clothes.
It was such an ugly outfit too. Well, I mean, it wasn't like super ugly, but it was just like not cool.
Bro.
Also,
that
run
deep.
animation is hilarious on Jane. She runs hilariously. What was I gonna do? Hold the B jump. There it is. What's the B jump? Okay, so we got keys. Guard penetration, which I was showing you. Key crusher, critical break, we saw. Touch attacks, yeah. Soul assist, we saw. Soul change, we saw. I don't know if we saw too much of the battle styles. We saw awakening.
I don't think we saw anything of the battle styles, or unless Jane was using the default Earthling battle style, or unless she was using a battle style of someone that we did not recognize, which I don't think was the case, because I feel like that would have been mentioned in one of these.
I think what we're gonna see is we're gonna have all of the races have their own unique battle style, like in Xenoverse 2, and then we're also gonna get the battle styles from our mentors as well. I think that's what they talked about in Hirano's interview. Was he said that I want to give them more freedom to do such and such and have the ability to play however they want to play, I believe is the words he used.
Something like that.
And I think that just because he said something about the gameplay being static or something, or one track. I don't remember his words. It just been a bit.
We just recorded the second podcast, by the way, chat. So much has been happening. So much has been happening.
Yeah, we just did the first episode, and even now I still don't remember because we talked so much. Many questions. Talked so much, but yeah, no, I mean, I think it makes sense that we're gonna get a plethora of battle styles on top of already the race fighting styles that we already have. Like this doesn't. I'm looking at Jane fight right now. It doesn't seem like anything that we've seen before. Seems like something unique to the character. Did she just throw a rock at that guy? Am I crazy? Is that a rock?
Okay, here's another thing for the combat system from the same person who I was talking about earlier. The special moves and ultimates that the player character can use are assigned one of 3 attributes: guard piercing, stamina draining, and break critical. In the demo, we were able to confirm the red mark break critical type and the yellow mark stamina draining type. Each one has the following characteristics: guard piercing, pierces through the enemy's guard and deals damage. Stamina draining, greatly reduces the enemy's stamina. And break critical, supports break critical, which can deal massive damage. In this title, reducing an enemy's stamina gauge to 0 puts that enemy into a stamina break state, so like a stamina break. The curved gauge next to the character is the stamina gauge. The number indicates the remaining amount of stamina gauge. When you use a special move or an ultimate with the break critical attribute on an enemy in the stamina break state, a dedicated animation is triggered. Along with flashing cool animation, you deal massive damage to the enemy. So again, giving major like Dragon Ball Kakarot vibes, where you break a character and then you do your ultimate, and then it's a more cinematic version of the move.
Yes, so I pulled it up right here. If you want to look at my screen, what she meant by that, or he or she, what the person was, but Super God Fist and Kaioken Assault are both critical break moves. You can see by the little red logo on there. So normally they play their animations, but if you play them on top of the stamina break, or the key break mechanic, it'll play that close up where you actually get to see the cinematic esque of it. And then stamina drain is Kamehameha. You see it from the little lightning bolt and the yellow symbol, which you talked about in the suite as well. I think that's really cool. So those moves will drain the stamina bar faster than the critical moving. So it's cool that they have their own uses.
It's like you said, this is really, now it really is a stamina game. It really
it always was. It always was, but now it's super. They double down on it.
Yeah, essentially. I can definitely see that. I mean, the first person who gets their key broken or stamina broken, like, that's just gonna be GG's, I would say. We're gonna have to see what PvP looks like in this game, because I feel like, does the game just not end where the first person gets their key broken? I mean, granted, that's how most matches in Xenoverse 2 also go, but like, there's outs. Like, I don't see evasives here. I don't see limit break here. And so on and so forth. So I'm very curious to see how PvP is handled in this. With
real quick,
all of this in mind.
I just wanted to, finish if you have to. But I was going to point out that I know that these are critical break moves, and they actually have an indicator on the screen when you break the enemy. I'll show you to see if you can see it. But the actual moves will start flashing once you get the break. Watch. You see the little icon flashing at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I see. It's like blinking more.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when they have the red marker on them because their stamina is broken, it's like, oh, okay, use this move for extra damage. So, back to what the tweet said. Yeah, these critical break moves are gonna do. She whiffed it right now, and it didn't play an animation.
And while we're on that, the fact that she whiffed, we can see supers now have a cooldown instead of you being able to spam them back to back to back as long as you have ki.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and also, I think it's worth noting.
I was gonna ask,
the move, and it fills up really fast.
I was gonna say, what were your thoughts on switching to cooldowns instead of spamability with ki? Because I feel like that's a little bit divisive, but I think it's better for balancing.
I was gonna say I think it's better for balancing. So again, even though ki was like a big problem and spamming moves was like a thing in Xenoverse 2, again, it's always been a stamina game. If you had more ki than your opponent, then you had more chances to break their stamina, and once their stamina was gone, they were dead. That's just how it is. In this game, it's okay, you can fight me as much as you want, you broke my stamina, you hit me with a critical break move, but I'm not dead yet because now your critical break moves are on cooldown. If I survived, I have such and such time to fight you back and retaliate. That's what I think that they were going for with this kind of mechanic.
It's also a lot easier for them to balance around, like, okay, if this move is really broken or does a lot of damage, we're going to up the cooldown on it. If this move is really weak and doesn't do a lot of damage, we'll lower the cooldown. It's a lot easier to balance around, if that's what they have in mind when it comes to balancing moves, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It might have other plans.
I feel like it... Yeah, I mean, they can still tweak damage and stuff like that. I mean, what the damage numbers are really big in this game, as we see. This is the first time in a Dragon Ball game, not Dragon Ball game, but a Xenoverse game, where the damage is actually shown. You just always had to assume, 10k was a health bar, and if it did such and such damage in training mode, it would translate that, hopefully, in a real match or a PQ quest. But I just want to point out here, while we're watching the trailer, you can watch his stamina. He's got 2 bars right now. Once he uses the Kamehameha, it's going to drop down to 0. Watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a stamina drain move, it does more than normal. I think that's interesting. Very, very key to note. And yeah, no, I think the cooldown is an excellent mechanic. And it's interesting that it also applies to charge. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what charge does. I would have to assume charge either gives you more stamina or like, he has 6 bars. Damn, that's a lot of... It's even more than normal.
Oh, he has 6?
Yeah, look at that. He's got 6. It either
right.
refills quicker your little meter on the left, or it will shorten. And his cooldowns are nothing. What? Did you see that? How quickly that filled up? Look how quickly that fills up.
So fast. Okay, I see why he's 41 seconds long.
That was actually kind of crazy.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I think if not stamina, then it probably will shorten cooldowns, which is the only thing I could think of for having a dedicated charge button, assuming it's a dedicated charge button. It might even fill up your Solstice gauge. Or Soul gauge.
I would assume it would fill up most, if not all, of your abilities that are on cooldown. Otherwise, I don't see the point much to the button other than to just like fill your key so that way you don't get broken.
Well, I think it's interesting to note that he's not doing it here, and he has no cooldowns or full cooldowns and full stamina. So I think that there's no benefit to doing it.
It could also be that they're just doing the button.
I was gonna say that I don't think it like heals you. Some people were saying that it might give you health or something, and I was like, I don't.
No, because you also heal passively, so it'd be a little bit weird if that was the case. I'm not sure.
Okay, he's back down to 4 stamina.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I want him to charge so we can see. Well, we know that the move. Oh, even that costs stamina. Well, that's the boost charge. Never mind. Yeah, he boost charges again. Does like half a bar.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna.
There's more, by the way. I didn't even get to finish reading off the post.
My bad. I wanted to show off gameplay mechanics.
No, that's
Go
fine.
ahead.
That's fine. Where was I? A likely efficient way to deal damage in battle will be to focus on stamina draining techniques, reduce the enemy's stamina while dealing damage with normal attacks and special moves. Then once the enemy enters a stamina break, land a break critical using a break critical technique. Also, as a major change from Xenoverse 2, activating special moves no longer consumes the technique gauge. Instead, each special move can be activated with its own set cooldown time. The screen immediately after firing a Kamehameha, you can tell it's on cooldown. In addition, not only enemy characters, but also the player character has a stamina gauge. Taking attacks or overusing the evasive action Escape Vanish will consume stamina. If your own stamina runs out, you will enter the stamina break state, so it's important to fight while keeping an eye on your remaining stamina. So there is evasives.
Interesting.
It's
a shame they didn't show it.
Yeah, they did not show it, which leads me to believe that they just did not.
It might not be implemented yet.
Yeah,
because it wasn't even one of the button. It wasn't even one of the buttons on the screen.
It could have been. It could have been a move that they just didn't equip on Jane. Then that's also the case because in Xenoverse 2 you do have to equip an evasive.
Well, it's interesting that they don't even have like a step vanish.
Yeah, they didn't even show.
Or maybe they just did. Yeah, maybe they just didn't.
Well, I mean, we know that they have like the burst charge. Like we see Jane use it multiple times.
Yeah, boost charge. Yeah.
So we know
that's like when we use square and X. This is just a normal fly around. Doesn't cost stamina. You can see the gauge isn't going down.
I love that normal flying doesn't cost stamina. That's one great thing.
It's so nice. It's so nice. But you see that it was a break. He had red and it did the planet mission.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning it didn't because it wasn't fully down, but he did towards the end. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
He has his. That's a boost charge right there. You saw it went down half a bar of stamina.
Mm-hmm.
He used a stamina drain move and he landed a critical break attack.
I'm trying to think more because now all I'm thinking about are awakenings. Like, will certain awakenings be limited to transformation? Like, okay, imagine if, and hear me out, normal Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, you can stay in them for as long as you want. But Super Saiyan 3 is like a 41-second long transformation, but you get like a Trunks level or like a Solosis level, like OP buff.
Yeah, lore accurate transformations could be interesting. Or maybe it could even be like this, and this is just me talking, but they could do something where like you could master, like you train with Gohan or something, and you master Super Saiyan, you master Super Saiyan 2 with Vegeta, something like that. I think that would be incredible.
That is a thing. Leveling up your mastery with your masters. Although that doesn't affect your transformations. It does affect the friendship level, which I believe wasn't really used for anything outside of
unlocking transformations.
Unlocking transformations, yes. You had to, in order to unlock Super Saiyan God, you had to max out your friendship with, I believe, Gohan, Videl, Goku, Vegeta, and Gotenks, I believe. But as I was saying, in order to unlock Super Saiyan God, you had to max out your friendship with Gohan, Videl, Goku, Vegeta, and Gotenks, I believe, were the characters you had to do that with. So they didn't do much with it aside from that. But
I think it would be interesting to have the friendship kind of thing with the mentors correlate to how strong your soul changes are. So it could be something like if you can level up your awakenings as well, say like you're trying to unlock purification, you're going to train with Buu, or for Super Saiyan you train with Goku. It could be something like, okay, well my mentor, I want to make my mentor Tien, right? I'll boost my friendship up with Tien, do some missions with him, and then it'll increase how strong his soul change will be to kind of balance that out. I think something like that would be interesting.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, why not? Have some kind of reward, more incentive, other than just potentially just farming super attacks off the mentors or whatever.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't think they even confirmed mentors are going to be a thing in this game, but I feel like it's just such an obvious thing to include.
Yeah.
That we just are basically talking about.
We see Saiyan Saga Vegeta just there. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Saiyan Saga Vegeta. Like, what else is he doing in the apartment complex? Like, is he buying a condo? Like, what's he doing there? He's going.
Vegeta's actually there to rent it. No, he's the fucking landlord. He's the landlord.
Vegeta as a landlord, it would be disgusting. I don't want that.
He's the landlord, bro.
I know he'd be on some petty stuff too. He'd be like, "You have to call me the Prince of All Saiyans, or I'm increasing your rent, bro." The best landlord, Frieza. I know he's the best landlord. Frieza was not the best landlord of all time.
We are not trusting Frieza as our landlord. Absolutely not.
Bro raised the electric bill for Saiyan specifically. He said no power for you. That's
why Bardock was chasing him. Frieza! You raised the rent by $5, you bastard!
You turned off the water mid-shower! It was hot! You made it cold, Frieza! Alright. Alright. Oh, we're messing around now. I think we got pretty much everything in there. I mean, we've had this trailer. We're not the trailer. The gameplay playing out for a bit. But yeah, I mean, I think we got everything.
I would say so. Yeah. Any final thoughts we want to leave? Because this is as far as I think we're gonna go in terms of what we got with everything that came out today so far. Who knows? Again, chat. By the time you're watching this, there might have been another trailer out.
Yeah,
there might have been another trailer out. So God knows what's going to happen by the time I upload this. We'll see.
Oh man, ability activated rage attack. Okay, we actually have. Okay, real quick before we finish off, and because we don't know if super souls are coming back, but look at the Brett is down awaiting revival. Abilities have been activating this entire gameplay. This is one activated called Rage Attack. I think instead of QQ bangs or stats, we're going to get the ability to customize. And you can see from the top left that she got a little strike buff and a little key blast buff. I think we're going to see customizable skills on top of just super attack and stuff like that.
I mean, I think that's a little bit obvious. It'll be
interesting to note.
I do wonder if that is supposed to be a soul assist or if that's supposed to be something else that they didn't explain yet. Tough to say.
Because they don't show any super souls or any indication that there are super souls, so it could be interesting to have a different mechanic. And we know that there's no limit burst as well, and I feel like a lot of people have been theorizing that awakenings and soul changes are kind of going to replace limit break, which I think is or limit burst, which I think is a good idea. Soul super armor is just not a good mechanic, so changing that is just good. Okay, sorry. Not gonna keep anymore.
But we'll see. No, it's fine. Final thoughts. Let's go ahead and just say final thoughts because this is
perfect. No, another one activated. Brutal Barrage Strike seems to activate when the boss is low health, and there's a lot of strike damage up top. You can see that as well. Another breaker technique, HP recovery. Look at all those skills popping. So making builds in this game is gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be crazy.
I think there's a lot of Megumi to be had here.
I don't know what that means.
Editing me will put a meme on right here, right now, or something. It'll be funny. It'll be funny in post. But no, there's a lot of good stuff that I've been seeing here, and a lot of innovative stuff. Because I'm glad it's taking a different approach than normal. And honestly, I kind of dig with the sort of Battle Elite style gameplay. I think I could very easily get used to it. I've already gotten used to it. When I first watched it, I was like, "Whoa, this is way different."
Oh yeah, no, it kind of surprised me, but
then when I watched it like more throughout the day, especially now that I've gotten like more than a few hours to hang with it, I think I could very much get down with this type of pace. And also, just one last thing, I need to see real PvP matches just to see how the pace is. Because only thing I will say, it does look slower paced than Xenoverse 2 battles.
It looks like they're making it slower paced on purpose to make you kind of enjoy the world you're in, which I think is a great idea. I don't want to log into a PvP match and then 3 seconds later I got time skipped into oblivion, bro. I'm good on that. I want to play my Dragon Ball game. Thank you.
We'll see. A lot of people do enjoy the fast-paced stuff, but I mean, we have other games.
I think it's fun, but
that are fast-paced. I think letting this try to be what its own is fine, and I think it's fine. I don't think it's like tremendously slow. Neither.
No. It's just a little bit like just having cooldowns at all. Like you can still have basic attacks, right?
I think that's also what's throwing a lot of people off. Is like, oh man, there's cooldowns. I can't do all this spamming. I can't like run as fast. I can't fly as fast or hit as fast as I want to or something.
Everything just seems smoother though, so like I don't think it's gonna be that big of a difference.
Yes,
in my opinion,
it feels more natural, I guess.
Everything feels natural here. It feels like you're a part of the world. You're playing in it, bro. Like it's good.
So I think there's good things to come from this, and I'm excited to see more for sure. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and if that's the case, and if that's all, then we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
The next episode of Xeno Nest.
Yeah. Put the hashtag.